So, if you're a subscriber of this channel, you'll know that of late I've kind of fallen in love with the iFlight Zing motors, and today a different company sent me some motors, and these are from Flywoo, which is a company I'm not hugely familiar with. So we've got some stickers, and they come in this rather nice packaging. So what these are, I even get some wet wipes to take photographs. So what these are the Flywoo Nin, and these are the 2207 1750 kV. And I've got to say, that's a beautiful looking motor. And like the Zings, these are electroplated to get this beautiful finish. I don't know how well this is going to come across on camera, but these are kind of a titanium colour, and they're absolutely stunning. We've got aluminium 7075 bell, we've got 4x9 decent bearings, we've got a hollow titanium shaft, and a 16x16 mounting hole pattern. So it's all kind of familiar. So if we just crack this open, let's have a look at what's inside. So we've got no thread lock on there. Can I get this off? Yes, I can. So again, I don't know what laminations they're using, but they're very small, 0.15 I think. Windings are pretty neat. Yet again, we've got single strand windings, which is my preferred way of manufacturing motors. If you use multi-strand, you'll get a slightly more powerful motor because you can ram more copper into the stator. But the downside of multi-strand is it's much thinner, and in my experience it breaks a lot easier. So I prefer single strand, and the benefit of single strand versus multi-strand is it tends to cope with heat better, so you'll have less trouble with overheating and frying motors. So if we look at the other side, and the bell is the same sort of slightly curved design as the iFlight motor. Obviously we've got a completely different top on it, and I wonder if I can get this. Yeah, I get this off, and we've even got the same rubber O-ring to help protect the bearings. So what these look like to me are tweaked, restyled iFlight Zings. So either iFlight or the original OEM of these motors has licensed them out to Flywoo and obviously redesigned them in their particular style. So if I just grab my 2207 iFlight, so here's the iFlight motor. If I just take the bell off, as you can see, mine are full of crap. They look identical to me, although the Flywoo shaft looks ever so slightly longer. Maybe that's just an optical illusion. But yeah, the actual bell design is identical, as is the stator. So yeah, so no kind of surprises there. If we do this, yeah, fits absolutely fine. So essentially what we've got is a redesigned iFlight Zing, which is no bad thing, because the 2207s are probably one of my favourite motors, and the fact that we've now got another company offering essentially the same thing but just in different styling is no bad thing. In terms of which I prefer, I've got to say, I mean, I love the Zings, but if you're doing a sort of classy freestyle build or something like that, that's a hell of a pretty motor. I think the only thing that we don't know is, because Flywoo are a relatively new company, looking at their website, they seem to just do a sort of couple of frames and bits and bobs, although it says there's more coming. iFlight have obviously been around for some time, and their reputation in terms of customer service is pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys fare. If I just look at their battery strap that they've sent to me. Woo, let's fly! That's a pretty quality battery strap actually. Probably use that. So yeah, so props to Flywoo for sending me these. Beautiful looking motor. In terms of performance, these are 1750 kV. The iFlight version are 1700 kV, but given that motor manufacturers are quite often, you know, 100, 200, even more kV out of the actual motor, I'm guessing they'll probably be pretty much identical in the air. So it really comes down to which sort of bell design you prefer. These motors run really cold in my experience, so the fans on the top, or the fan bladed design, works really well. The one thing that is a little bit annoying about it is it tends to sort of grab grass and bits, so you end up getting it stuck around your props. The only thing I don't like actually about the iFlight motors are the nuts, which are these silly low profile nuts which just don't grip on to your prop particularly well. So if you're getting some iFlight motors, I'd probably look to get some different nuts if you fly around trees, etc. And these look like they're exactly the same. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it looks like the nuts are the same as well. So yeah, so great looking motor. It will perform really well in the air because I've obviously already used the iFlight Zing quite a lot. It really just depends whether you prefer the top design of this or the iFlight ones, and whether, you know, you like the additional backing of a more established company, albeit if you tossed a motor, 9 times out of 10 you're not really going to get a replacement, although I have heard quite a few people have from iFlight. So yeah, shout out to Flywoo. These are, as I said, are the Nin 2207. Great looking motor, it will have great performance, so take your pick. Cheers guys, thanks, bye bye.